Welcome back. You're watching SA Today with me, Unati Bagyasha. But let's continue here now. Police divers and sniffer dogs continue with the search for two more people who were reported missing on a Saturday following torrential rains that wreaked havoc in a Coffee Bay. Yesterday, our Tambo district municipality mayor as well as General Phumzile Cetyana led the teams that searched for the bodies, resulting in the recovery of the mother of two children who were swept away by floods while they were sleeping in their home. Now, let's get an update. We're now joined via Zoom by our Tambo District Municipality Executive Mayor, Mesuli Ngqondwana. Thank you so much, sir, for your time this afternoon. Give us the very latest in terms of what is happening now with the search and rescue teams.
As things stand now, the search has been called off temporarily for tomorrow. The search is still going on for the two bodies of the people who were swept away. They are the only people who have not yet been found so far. The woman estimated to be in the age of 18 years and the child in the estimated age of 2 years.
Now, we know that, yesterday that when we were doing more reports on this, we know that a total of about 4 people were recovered, following those floods. And at the last tally, around 10 people had lost their lives in the tragedy. How are the conversations with the families going at the moment?
So far, it's still a very sad kind of an environment, interacting with families. More than anything, you can still easily see the trauma written all over the faces in the families that have been affected. It is a kind of incident that has not been seen in the recent history, but we are trying our best as government to be with them during this trying moment, to try to instill hope with them, more especially with the Department of Social Development offering psychosocial support to the affected people. Otherwise, generally, I can say the situation is still very bad with the families.
Which other departments are you working with? I would imagine that this kind of disaster needs, involvement from various sectors, not only just government officials.
Yes, we have got all the departments that are affected. I can make an example about the Human Settlements Department. I've spoken about Social Development, SASA, Department of Education, KSD Local Municipality, the Defense is there, SAPS is there. There are other, of course, NPOs that are in the space, like the Gift of the Givers, that are also offering some kind of support to the families.
What kind of damages are we talking about in as far as infrastructure is concerned? And, what do you estimate the damage to be? So
far, it is only the preliminary report that has been submitted, because you will have observed that houses have been completely washed away. The whole school was completely put down by the floods. Livestock, I can imagine one of the households we visited yesterday, where the whole kraal, comprising of cattle, sheep, and goats, were swept away. So it is definitely a calculation that is still ongoing. But from the reports that we were getting, our technicians were beginning to mount the rough estimate to 10 million rands.
Some are saying that it could be as much as 4.5 billion rands. Do you agree?
I do agree, because that estimate comes from the total, because there's been an ongoing rain that's got nothing to do with the one that we're talking about that swept the current people. So it has been building up, then that estimate covers that general estimation.
Of course. So you mentioned schools, being swept away in some parts of the region. What plans then have been put in place to ensure that schooling is not disrupted, as schools were also, not spared, as you said?
Yes, every effort has been put in place to ensure that schooling time is preserved. An arrangement has been made with nearby schools. As we speak, all the pupils who are supposed to be learning from the school that was affected are already receiving learning as we currently speak. Alternative mechanisms have been put in place to ensure that they are also accommodated post-school attending hours. So everything in power is being done to ensure that schooling time for those kids is not severely lost.
All right, Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for speaking to us this afternoon. Of course, that was our Tambo District Municipality Executive Mayor Mesuli Ngqondwana there for us.